And it's getting there.
So much, jeez.
And
That's gonna be
we're
that's
live.
recorded, isn't
We
it?
may or may not have
Yeah, right.
captured your amazing yawn. We'll see.
It's gonna set the tone for today.
It's been a rough day. All right, well, I'm playing us in. Here we go.
Did it?
Welcome to Earl and the Idiot, the show that gives you the answers you need to take your business to the next level. With Earl Flormata, one of Vancouver's most sought-after business and marketing consultants, author of Business Engine Optimization, consultant to over 60 successful businesses, an all-around evil marketing genius with a combined total of more than $70 million worth of sales to his credit. And some idiot. Okay, here we go.
This guy.
Here we go. Indeed.
Yeah. It's been a busy day. It's been a busy day. Not it's been a it hasn't been a frustrating day, but it also hasn't been a knocking it out of the park day. It's somewhere in between, but lots of activity.
Fair enough.
I had to just two websites I was finishing up for clients. I had to do the mobile responsive for them, and that's really tedious. Like
That's always
make sure.
fun. The whole CSS thing, where it's like, I love that there's that GIF image of Peter Griffin trying to make blinds work, and it's just like,
Yeah, exactly. It's
So
well, fortunately, I'm not the coding type. I've got a WYSIWYG builder, as they call it. That works for me. That's
fair
fine.
enough. I think sometimes those are worse when they go awry though, right? When they work, they're great. When they don't, oh my gosh, like how do we make this thing line up? So so sometimes,
Yeah,
yeah.
sometimes it's not totally obvious what is causing the problem because you'll have a container, section in a container and a container and a container, and you don't know you don't know which margin is causing the problem. You don't know which,
Right. But all
you know.
that, all that pales in comparison to my poor buddy Ken had to fix this. I think it was like 30 or 40,000 line if then else statement that
Oh,
a
what?
major bank in America had in their code and it broke.
Yeah.
And he had to print it out and play find the semicolon. And oh my gosh, that is a
Oh,
special circle of hell I wish upon nobody. So
yeah, that's fine.
yeah. So it could be worse, is what I'm saying. It could be worse.
Could be worse. Oh yeah, no, it was good, but the annoying part was like, okay, these websites are all wrapped up. Here we go. Just having the client look at him. He's like, I'm on my mobile right now. It doesn't look right. I'm like, oh, of course,
Yeah.
the
Forgot about
mobile
that.
responsive. I'll get that wrapped up right now, sir.
Yep. Nope. That's always a thing, man. So yeah, and most people look at this stuff on phone these days. So yeah, it's super important now.
Yeah, it's also kind of funny. Like you spend all this time designing it on for a beautiful desktop website, and then everyone just looks at mobile anyway. It's just like there's not a lot of room for fancy design on mobile. Just
No,
like
not so
blocks of
much. You don't have much room.
image text, buttons, whatever.
There you go.
So speaking of clients, I'm going to hijack the show right now. I'm going to tell you something going
It's
well,
it's
and
our platform, so be my
yeah,
guest.
I'm going to hijack the show from me. Um, so I put that coffee website up. I don't think we've. No, I put the event, the tasting event for the coffee
Okay.
up, and Eventbrite gives you 25 tickets free.
Yeah.
All gone. 25 tickets sold. I mean, they're free, but you know what I mean.
That,
So
that's that's good news.
yeah, it's great news. It's except I'm sending them into the Lions Den. So I'll just bring everybody up to speed who's watching. So have you heard of on Seinfeld, the soup Nazi? No soup for you? This client is the coffee Nazi. He was referred to me by a friend. He has YouTube videos that they made in like 2010 or something called the soup Nazi. There's like 4 or 5 of them of him like abusing his customers. And like seriously, he's an eccentric. And I doubt he'll ever see this video, but yeah, he wants to charge $25 a cup for his special aged coffee. And I was trying to convince him that he should, maybe tone it down a bit for the samples or, something. But nope. and someone did show up and talk to him about the coffee. Someone messaged him off the website to talk to him about the coffee, and he was like, "Ah, it's too much trouble to talk to these people." I'm like, "You're trying to sell your coffee, weirdo. Talk to the people who are interested in your coffee." And he's like, "What? I talked to this guy 10 minutes, then he didn't buy anything." And it's like, yeah, that's how it works
10,
sometimes.
10
Not
minutes
everyone
for a
buys.
$25 a cup coffee. Well, yeah, it's going to take
Yeah.
a little longer than that. You're going to have to
Not to
convince.
mention $25 a cup and $300 a pound for the coffee. He's trying to
There
sell
you
it by the
go.
pound.
So
And he
$300
can't be
a
bothered
pound.
just,
Yeah, $300 a pound to anything. You're going to take longer than 10 minutes to convince me to buy it.
yeah, take a second to talk to the guy. Because if you do get someone in who's hooked on it and keeps coming back for more, anyway, he wants a busload of millionaires to show up and be like, "Oh yes, we're millionaires. We'll buy all of your coffee." He wants that to happen. Like I can't make that happen, but I can promote your event, and maybe you'll get a millionaire coming in, or maybe someone who's friends with a millionaire will, right? It's like you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, but you're not just going after millionaire. It's eccentric millionaire, which is weird, right? So
Eccentric millionaire coffee snob.
exactly. The Venn diagram gets smaller and smaller. So
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, but and he only wants that guy at the center of the Venn diagram. He doesn't want to try any of the other circles to see if the guy's in there. He just wants that guy in the middle of the Venn diagram to contact him directly with a credit card.
well, here
Um,
I
oh
can do I can do that for you if you can shoot this dime that I flick from a kilometer away straight in the middle, right?
yeah,
And
exactly.
go.
I'm gonna get these three rings on the ends of strings swinging in different directions. You throw a dart through all three of them. Anyway, having said that, the coffee is 25-year aged coffee. You can't get it anywhere else.
What
And
a
I'm
great
not a
deal! It's only
coffee.
$1 a year.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I'm no coffee guy, but I could tell that this was extremely flavorful coffee. So May 11th, Saturday, May 11th, at Viva Java in Richmond. Viva Java in Richmond.
Do
Just
you
look it
have
up.
to be there on that day, or can you buy the $25 cup of coffee anytime you want?
No, that's the only day he's selling it by the cup. The other days you can only buy the $300 pound of
Oh,
coffee.
jeez.
This is
Gotcha,
this is
gotcha.
the only day he's going to have it there because the beans are green, right? And once you roast them, you've only got a week to drink them, so he can't have them on a constant go. So it's understandable. So for this one day, you can buy the cup for $25 and try it out and see if you like it. Uh, from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, May the 11th. If you're a coffee snob and a millionaire, or just so into coffee, you'll spend $300 a pound. Come on down to Viva Java in Richmond. There you go.
There you go. There's your unabashed plug for
Yeah.
crazy coffee
And
Nazi. But
I don't
he's
know why I'm
got
doing
he's
this.
got nothing on sandwich Nazi though. Sandwich Nazi, I love that guy back in the day.
Oh yeah, I heard about him. He's out of business now, eh? Or
Oh, he's
he
old. He's
retired.
retired.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this guy's retiring too. That's why he's selling these beans. He had this storehouse of beans for himself, and now he's realizing he has more than he needs, and he's retiring. So
Sometimes we have the weirdest business conversations.
isn't it great? That's one thing I love about this business is I never have to specialize in one thing. Any business that comes to me needing a website, I can do it. So
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I mean, which I guess brings us to today's topic and the background,
yeah,
which is
this is exactly why I wanted to talk about this
interesting.
today because it's like this guy doesn't want to spend any money, but he wants all the marketing in the world. So uh, we need non-paid organic traffic methods, and I couldn't think of what to put. So on Earl's suggestion, I typed in free range organic, and this is the image it came up with. Look at these free range chickens.
There you
Look
go.
how organic the free range chickens are. I
That,
guess
that,
this
that
is
looks
considered
that
free
looks
range because they're not in a cage, right? That's
no,
makes them free range.
but I think they're all still pretty crowded. So I don't know if that makes it free range, but I guess.
I think there's a thing where it's like you gotta there's a certain percentage of your warehouse that has to be outdoors, and so you
Hmm.
can have a 12 city block warehouse and then like a little fenced in yard, off one side that's like 12 feet by 12 feet or something. And technically, you can say the chickens have access to outdoor facilities.
It's as bad as that joke where the guy staying at the hotel. Oh yeah, you could have used the pool, you could have used the gym, you could have used all these things, but you didn't. But we charged you for it. Free range.
Yeah, free range, free range chickens. It's like I love that. I love that. I could do a whole show on labels.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorites is made with 100% organic fruit juice, which, they mean 10%. But if you really break down made with organic juice, it could mean that there was organic juice in the factory somewhere at the time.
Right. There you go.
We made this with organic juice. See, it's right here. It was with
It's
us
next to it.
the whole time.
Here it
We
is,
made
right
this
next
juice.
to it.
Yes.
Awesome. There you go. All right. Well,
we
you
should
want to
dive right
read
into it,
today's
shouldn't we?
prompt from ye old AI?
Yes. So we've asked AI today, acting as a marketing expert, so we don't have to. What are unique, organic, non-paid traffic methods to lead generation? Give me 3 methods how to grow a business, 2 things to avoid, and 1 red hot tip to really utilize this strategy in an effective way possible. That is what AI was asked today. Should we just get into it? You want to preface this by saying anything?
Let's dive right. It's only been 28 minutes. Let's dive right in.
Well, let's dive right in. Let's start. This is how I begin every conversation whenever I talk about marketing. It basically breaks down into 2 large categories: paid and organic. When you're talking about specifically internet marketing, paid, you skip to the front of the line, but it costs you. Organic, you got to be more creative, takes more time, more ingenuity, but once you're there, once you make it, you're getting traffic that finds you naturally,
right?
Not just because you paid to be there.
Well,
so we want to look at some unconventional paid traffic. So, well, content marketing, SEO optimization. That's basically, it's not exactly eccentric or strange or creative. That's A number 1. Let's see what he says. So
here's a breakdown of unique. I'm like, that's not unique.
That's not unique. Well, it's unique in that there's only one way to do it. Okay, so number 1 method of generating organic non-paid traffic: content marketing and SEO optimization, search engine optimization. Thanks, ChatGPT.
Like ATM machine.
ATM machine and your PIN number. I have a joke. I'm not going to say it because we need to get on with this. How to do it: create high quality, relevant content tailored to your target audience. This can include blog posts, white papers, infographics, and videos. Focus on SEO best practices such as keyword research, meta descriptions, and backlinking to ensure your content ranks well on search engines. Benefits: attracts targeted traffic, establishes brand authority, and enhances online visibility. To me, this is like the least interesting conversation in the world, but I guess not everyone is as versed in it as you and I.
I'm going to give this one a thumbs down, actually, because we asked for unique, organic, non-paid traffic methods. And the first thing it says is the main organic, non-paid. Like this is the, like you said, this is A1, right?
Yeah.
You sunk my battleship. And it's just, this is as base as it gets. Where it's talking about, content marketing and SEO. I mean, I'm not poo-pooing those things. I'm just saying if this was supposed to be unique and different and special, it has failed miserably. But these are definitely ways to do it. You can. I mean, this is where I would start, but I wouldn't do what it tells you to do here if I was going for unique. So blog post, white paper, infographic. That's all run-of-the-mill, basic vanilla stuff. So when we get to the hack part, I'm actually going to show you a crazy content marketing SEO technique, but it's going to be weird. So, because that's what we expect.
Nice.
So we won't skip to it just yet. I'll say, okay, yes, good strategy. No, not unique. I'll show you how to make it unique. Don't worry, AI, I got your back.
All right. Earl plus AI, the unstoppable combination.
There you go.
So I guess just running this down though, basically, this is how you get your site to rank better in search engines. And the big drawback to it is that it takes time. You should do it. But if you're like, I need leads in the door tomorrow, this isn't your answer.
Yeah, absolutely not. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I love SEO. That's what I used to do all day long, every day. But it's not going to save you if you're dying tomorrow, right? So
yeah,
it's not the thing that's going to, it'll save you 6 months, 12 months from now, and then you'll be great. But if you don't live that long, like if you're not going to make it to 6 months, then this is not the thing to do.
All right. We should maybe mention, I think the content creation game is changing thanks to AI, because AI has allowed people to make unique content without any skill. It used to be the requirement to create unique, relevant content on your website, put a filter for scummy, not genuine websites because you couldn't get a machine to fake relevant content. So it required actual people to be involved, which meant your website was a higher caliber of website or a more relevant website, therefore more worthy of traffic. Now you can get a machine to write you relevant or unique content.
Yeah, but
So,
you still have to use intelligence behind it. So
mm,
remember your idea of the seed project where we take every, actual human element thing and stick them in some sort of, envelope that goes, hey, this was actually human made, not AI made.
oh yeah,
So
yeah,
what you do is you actually work it off of human created seed knowledge. So, I
mm,
mean, if you wanted to do content marketing and SEO optimization, here's a cheat function. Go to Instagram, go to TikTok, type in the word that you want, search it. There's a plugin that lets you do this on your browser, and you can sort which ones are the most viewed, which ones are the most liked, which ones are the most commented or engaged upon content. Then you strip it
mm,
all. Once you've stripped it all, you use the AI to rip into it and grab all the scripts of all the top performing things. Then you get the AI to read your crap and then have it rewrite it in your voice so it sounds like you did it. So you have the data based on the most popular, most performing, most best things, and then you spin it with your own language and your own verbiage, and then you recreate the content. And the hilarious thing is, there's a lot of people saying the same stuff, singing from the same choir book, right? Like I love Hermosi. He is great and wonderful. But
who?
Alex Hermosi, he's a wonderful human being. And I love his content. I love all of his books. I buy everything this guy makes. But here's the thing, none of the stuff he's teaching us is new. It's just he's saying it differently. And when he says it differently, because he's got that weird bit of a brand, right? He shows up in like a wife beater. The guy is like Jack to Kingdom Come. He's got the weird nose patch and all his the breathing thing. It's different. Like it's not some dude in the suit telling you, "Hey, do it like this." It's just the biggest Jack guy you've seen in your life telling you the exact same thing that the suits are telling you, but he's telling it to you in plain English and swearing half the time. And it's wonderful. I love watching this guy do his thing. But the thing is, I've heard half this stuff before, but I'm doing it because he's the one saying it, right? And you don't know where something that you say might just resonate with someone. It's been beat to death a million times, but just the way you say it and just the way your intonation works and just the way your vocal inflection hits might just be the one for them. So yeah, you can cheat, you can use AI plus human ingenuity, and then you put your own spin on it, and then you put your own voice on it. But if you want to lean towards the AI side, there's a new tool that lets you turn your voice into an AI voice, and it's creepy. It actually uses all your vocal inflections, and it's actually spot on. I tried this the other day, and it was like 99% me. I'm like, that's actually scary. I felt like I was watching our show, going, wait, that's not me saying that, but it sounds like but it pauses exactly when I pause, and it inflects right when I normally inflect, and it scared the crap out of me. Anyway, so I'm doing a talk on that. Eventually, someone asked me, "Hey, Earl, can you teach us AI stuff?" Here's something horrifying.
Yeah.
Watch this. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anywho, shall we move on?
But I think you're right though that the keynote is the quality of the content rather than the quantity of it now. That you are writing with a unique voice, even if you have AI, even if you're working with AI, you still got to be focused on content that's actually going to engage with people rather than just algorithms.
And it's always been the thing that sells the thing, not the thing, right? So yeah, you still have to add some personality to it.
Phew. All right, so let's see what else is here. Social media engagement. I think we're headed for another not unique answer.
Yep.
How to do it. Regularly post engaging, informative content on social media platforms where your target audience is most active. Use hashtags, join conversations. Okay, that's a little different. And engage with other users' content. Live videos, polls, and Q&A sessions can increase engagement rates. Benefits. Builds community, fosters brand loyalty, and drives traffic from social media to your website or landing page. Womp womp.
So I'll get another. So yes, this is a
Although,
good thing to do. Is this unique and special and different? Absolutely not.
hmm,
Um, like
But now,
join,
oh, you
yeah,
finish your thought. Finish your thought.
well, join conversations is not new. We talked about this. Like
Yeah,
Gary Vee talks
80
about
method.
that, you know, the 2 cents method across this is buck 20 method. This
Buck
is
80
not
method.
new. He was talking about this in the olden days when Instagram was new. So none of this stuff is particularly new, which is a shame. I did use ChatGPT 4 for this one. But social media engagement is like, we were making fun of the first one being, 1A. This is like,
Hmm.
1B.
Two, two B.
Right?
Yeah.
So immediately below the obvious Captain Obvious is, Lieutenant
Yeah.
Obvious, and this is Lieutenant Obvious. So yeah, man.
Lieutenant Obvious. Um, but I guess like engage with in social media. Yeah, duh, right?
Yeah,
But the uniqueness comes in how you do that engaging. Like engaging in social media, you're just putting out content, but that could
right.
be anything. You know what I mean?
There is a unique twist. It's the exact same twist to number one. And funny enough, you do actually use social media for this twist. And so when we get to the hack of the week, which I'm going to totally drum up now,
Mm-hmm.
it does do all these things, checks all these boxes, plus has the unique bit. So there you go.
Okay, man. The hack of the week is doing a lot of heavy lifting on today's episode. Eh?
Oh yeah, today. Well, AI is not doing so great. So no. So I
No.
apologize in advance to the AI overlords. Please don't eat me. So
Mhm.
on a complete side tangent, I don't know if you saw, but they just released a flame-throwing AI-powered robotic dog
I did see that.
for
That's
nine
all over the
thousand
social media right
dollars.
now. People are loving it.
And
Yeah, I was just
yeah.
saying because that's one of those things where it's like nobody ever thought we'd have to make a law about this. It's totally legal just because someone's like, you did what?
Yeah,
We
exactly.
never
I have
we
a
never
robot
specifically
dog
wrote
that can.
down that you're not allowed to do that.
Well, no one said I couldn't make a robot flame-throwing dog.
Yeah, apparently they're saying it's for ice melting and wildlife management,
Right, right. Totally not for trespassers.
not
Dog.
for incinerating your enemies.
Exactly. Get off my lawn. Fido,
Yeah.
get him.
No. Yeah. No, I'm really serious. Get off my lawn. I am really not messing around here.
Release the hound. Don't you mean hounds? No, we only need
Nope.
one.
Single hound, baby. We don't want any other hounds to get caught in the line of fire.
Well, that and I saw that it comes with a napalm option. So you
Oh
have the
my lord.
option of fire thrower or napalm. Excellent. That's
Surely,
nice.
surely there's laws against napalm, for God's sake. That's been around
Probably.
since Vietnam.
There you go. All right, moving on to number three before the AI
Moving on.
robot overlord dogs incinerate us.
Yeah. Email marketing and value added newsletters. Are there no unique organic traffic methods out there? Is it these are all just are the organic traffic methods? Curious to see what it says to avoid.
Well,
Build
laughing
an
because
email
this
list.
is 1A, 1B, 1C, right?
Yeah, right. This is oh my god. This is the worst content AI has ever turned out for us. Not that we don't still love you, AI.
No, we
You're,
still
you're
love you.
listening.
Please don't send the dog.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally listening right now, and you got it parsing through the show.
Yeah, that might have been a mistake.
Uh, yeah, okay. So let's go through this. Build an email list through signups on your website. Offer valuable resources as incentives for signing up, such as free ebooks or exclusive webinars. Send regular newsletters that provide significant value beyond just selling your products or services, like industry insights, tips, and latest trends. Benefits: direct communication with your audience, personalized content delivery, and high conversion potential as emails reach those already interested in your brand.
I'm not
Oof.
poo-pooing it. It's just not unique. There's nothing
Yeah.
special about any of the things. But having said that, no, I know we asked for unique and special, but when it comes to just brass tacks, the boring is the exciting. The boring, which are
Yeah.
fundamentals. So I'm not saying don't do these things. I was expecting some crazy answer of, hey, use skywriting. Oh, cool. Never thought of that one. So at least
Yeah.
something that's different. So I'm poo-pooing it from the perspective of uniqueness, not poo-pooing
Mm.
the actual strategy or the actual thing itself. I'm just saying
Yeah.
these aren't really that unique. There's nothing special about
Yeah.
these things. So
we should
so
be
maybe
very
we
we should be very
found,
clear. We're not advising people not to do these things.
yeah,
We're not saying they're
absolutely.
bad
But
things to do.
maybe we just found what the maybe AI is really excellent at doing fundamentals, but when you tell it to do something completely off the wall wacky, it's not so good at coming up with ideas around that. So, but yeah, that's not saying don't do email marketing. That's not doing value added newsletter. I'm doing all of those things. They're
Yeah.
great. Are they unique? No, absolutely not. So, although I'll give
All
you
right.
one. So here's a mini hack. I
Okay.
just subscribed to Vancouver's Coffee Passport. So it's a passport shaped book that has every major cafe in Vancouver, and it's got little review things that you can go in. It looks like a passport, so you can like
I
stamp it and do stuff.
I think we have that. I think we got that for a Christmas present.
Oh yeah. So I
Yeah.
thought it was a great idea. So I grabbed one, and now I'm going to build some stuff, and yeah, this is going to be fun. So this is it.
Nice. I got to get Viva Java in there.
Yeah, no kidding. With $25 coffee, try it once at least in your life.
Yeah. Right. Stamp your password. Oh my God.
Bucket
I forgot to
list.
tell you this, forgot to tell you this story. I went in there the other day to talk to him. And by the way, the last two times I've gone in to see him, he's told me to fuck off. I'm not exaggerating. I go in there, he's like, "No, out of here. I don't want to do the event. It's bad. I don't want to do it." I have to like talk to him, talk him back into doing the event, which by the way, I'm setting up for free. I'm only going to charge him commission if he actually sells coffee. So he's not paying anything to me and yet tells me to fuck off when I come in. Anyway, um, while I was there, this girl came in to buy some coffee and he's like, "Yeah, okay, cash or e-transfer only.
What? No credit card?
No credit card, no debit card even. He only takes cash or e-transfer." So this girl, and I'm surprised she went through with this and didn't just go, "Oh, well, never mind then," and left. She added him as a sendee in her bank account and
Holy crap.
e-transferred him the money for a mocha,
For a wow. That's special.
right? I don't
That's
know what
special.
he did to her to make her not just walk out of the store because I would have immediately. But he made her, and then they didn't want to wait for it, so they made her show them the confirmation screen, and they took a photo of the confirmation screen before he made her the mocha.
Wow.
And that was the only customer that showed up in the hour that I was there.
I think you should run. I think you should run.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I fulfilled all my obligations. I told him I would do this just because I don't know, it's fun. Um, but yeah, I'm ready to run. He's already
And
told me to
then
fuck off. It wouldn't be that hard.
yeah. There you go. All right. Well, things to
Okay,
avoid
all
other
right.
than customers who
Things to
tell
avoid.
you to fuck off. Oh, like, blatantly. Maybe you should run away from
Yeah,
those ones.
yeah. I told Christine at the networking event that I decided to do this for free, and I was like, I don't know, it's amusing or whatever. And she goes, "Because you're a glutton for punishment." And I was like, "Yeah, that might be
Also
it."
this. Also this. There you go.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. So what are we avoiding here? Over reliance on one channel. Avoid putting all your efforts into just one method of traffic generation. Diversifying your sources ensures stability and reduces the impact of performance fluctuations in any single channel.
I,
Seems
I
fair.
would I would have to agree with that wholeheartedly. I just got, for whatever reason, I'm not using any automation or anything fancy. I got a slap on the wrist from LinkedIn just the other day going, hey, we've suspended your account. I'm like, what? What do you mean?
Hmm.
And they're like, hey, it's something over usage. I'm like, well, what do you mean over usage? So the only thing I did was I spoke in front of like, I don't know, 200 people over the weekend, and a bajillion of them added me, and a bunch of them messaged me. So they're like, oh, you got to be doing some sort of automation. No, I just spoke in front of a crowd. And
Yeah, that seems like the sort of thing that would be common for someone to do an event and then everyone connects
well, the
on LinkedIn.
hilarious thing is the event itself was also promoted on LinkedIn. So you think that
Oh,
they would look at it and go, hey, well, why this spike in all this activity? Well, he just did an event, which he literally did on LinkedIn. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So over reliance on one channel. Don't worry. I mean, LinkedIn, I still love you, but oh my God, I almost lost it. So like, we're going to turf your account. I'm like, dude, that's my main channel for everything. So like, please don't destroy
yeah,
it.
you're one of the few people I know who actually does something productive with LinkedIn.
I make like a lot of money from LinkedIn. Please don't kill me. And
Yeah,
yeah, man, I follow all the rules. So it's like, really? I follow all the rules. I did an organic marketing thing where I spoke in front of somebody else's crowd, and lo and behold, it almost blew up
Hmm.
my account. So who
Oh my God.
knows?
Well, I guess you're over relying on one channel, eh?
Yeah, there you go. So I'm gonna, obviously, well, this podcast is gonna go. It goes on LinkedIn, it goes on Facebook, it goes on X, and it goes on and it goes on what else is it called? YouTube. So yeah, so there you go. We push it to the different channels. So if I do get ban hammered from LinkedIn for a little while, at least this podcast still has a home. So
Banhammer. I like that. Okay, so but generally, yeah. I mean, over reliance on one channel. We all rely on Google in its entirety.
Right, right. But if Google, if you do something bad on the Google side, don't then negate, Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok or LinkedIn. Like you have multiple channels or X, right? So pick a different channel as well. And it's not like you have to pick the channel to be the only thing. You can there's a wonderful little tool called if this then that. And you just set it up that anytime you post on your major channel, it just dumps in all the other channels. Ta-da! And it just auto does it. You don't have to think, right? So yeah.
Nice.
Alrighty. What's next?
Okay. Well, what else? Ignoring analytics. Failing to track and analyze the performance of your traffic generating activities can lead to inefficient use of resources and missed opportunities for optimization.
I swear
Regularly
this is deja
review.
vu. This is deja vu. I swear that we had another show and these were the exact same two things to avoid.
I guess there's only so many things to avoid.
Maybe.
What else can we add? Don't tell your customers to fuck off. Uh,
Yeah, that'd be one.
That'd be one. Be willing to speak to a person who's interested in your product. Might be
For
another
longer
one.
than 10 minutes.
Longer than 10 minutes.
For a premium sized product.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I understand you don't want to talk to someone 10 minutes for every coffee you sell, but
Yeah.
yeah, analyze
So
your stuff.
So back to the actual content, things that would run analytic, duh. But again, none of this is unique, none of this is special, none of this is fancy. We've covered this in previous episodes, so I'm not gonna do it again. It was just a rehash. Like I swear the two things to avoid were exactly over reliance on one channel and analytics on the other one. So it's like let's not rehash it. So AI, yes, you're correct, but it's not unique.
Is there anything else we can say? We got some time to pad out here.
No, well, I'll leave extra time for the hack of the week.
We'll talk extra about that every week. We do have the red tip. What is the red tip? The red hot tip from AI. Leverage user generated content brackets UGC. Encourage your customers and followers to share their own content related to your brand, such as reviews, images, or testimonials. UGC not only provides authentic peer recommendations, but also significantly increases your content your content reach and engagement without additional advertising costs. Showcases your website and social media platforms to enhance credibility and attract more organic traffic. Using these methods effectively requires a commitment to quality, consistency, and engagement with your audience by avoiding common pitfalls and focusing on strategies like UGC. You can maximize the impact of your organic lead generation efforts. Okay, this is a little more unique.
It's not run of the mill. People have heard of it before. But I would give it some brownie points on this one because user generated content is definitely a more unique model around doing stuff, right? So when people are talking about things or engaging with posts, the funny thing is using UGC then also gives you more like engagement brownie points on social media platforms because if everybody's talking about you and I'll give you an example like Wendy's X or Twitter account is just absolute fire. Like they just insult everybody else and make fun of things. And you know, I want something from McDonald's. What do you want? The exit sign. And it's just pretty funny about how they go about doing that sort of thing. And then people start roasting back Wendy's, and then Wendy's starts insulting them, and then they love it and they come buy more Wendy's. So that user generated content is fantastic. Another really good example is the one from the what was it? Old Spice stuff. The man your man could smell like, right? That one shot where they did that one continuous commercial cut, and then everybody started making commercials like that because it's super fun to watch. That guy ended up, like live tweeting on some stuff and even acted as like the guy to marry some people, which was hilarious. You don't get much more user generated content than that, and that just took the world by storm. So those were great user generated content bits and bobs. So yes, brownie points to AI for this one. I don't know if it counts as like a super red hot tip. This would be the level I was expecting at the 3, right? On the 3, 2, 1. This is the minimum level I was expecting on 3. As a 1, it falls a little short, but hey, at least this counts towards the uniqueness. So I give it points for that.
So what are some examples of things like if you're some run of the mill sort of a business, dentist or a chiropractor or something, what what sorts of things would you be talking about if you're talking about user-generated content?
So the first thing, and this is rather vanilla, but I mean, from a UGC standpoint, it's just testimonials. So customer testimonials are count as user-generated content because it's the customer giving the testimonial. So those sort of things are fantastic. So that's the first thing that I would do, right? The next thing that I would do is contests. If you run contests and users have to send some sort of information content, them saying they like a product or what their favorite thing about this product is, blah, blah, blah. Again, those are user-generated content bits that are created for the contest. So the testimonials and contest entries are excellent cannon fodder for UGC. Plus, they're easy.
All right.
Right, people are lazy on and in general. So the easier you make it for them, the more likely you'll have people to take you up on it.
Yeah, when I was running the coffee shop, we did dog contests, like a dog, like a rate my dog contest kind of thing. And so we had people come in all day. We took a photo and posted it, which, we had to create that, but people brought in the dogs for us, you know what I mean? And then had people vote with likes to see which dog won.
Absolutely.
Does that count?
Yeah, pet pictures are a wonderful thing. Hell, I think TELUS ran a contest where you could submit your dog or cat, and they would become, one of the TELUS like animals, right? Because back in the day, ClearNet used to have these animal-generated campaigns, and then TELUS bought ClearNet, and now the animals answer to TELUS, and now TELUS owns a squadron of ducks, and so yeah. But I love the duck commercials; they're hilarious. They're always great.
And that hippopotamus commercial with the hippopotamus Christmas song.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that literally changed the Christmas song landscape. I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas is now a standard.
Yep, absolutely. And then TELUS making the actual hippopotamus walk across the street and do funny things. That was great. Loved it.
Yeah. All right. I guess what can we do? We gotta charge ahead.
We're charging ahead. I'm pushing the button. Here we go.
Hack of the week.
Hack of the week. That's a double header today. I made two. Okay. I didn't actually realize that the content from the AI would be this bad. I just made two because I just had two literally happen to me. So so the AI went into all sorts of strategies, but missed out on some of the more human slash tribal related ones. And so this goes into the SEO, this goes into the content, and this goes into the social. But one method is the co-interview model. And I don't see many people doing this. Remember when you were doing the coffee shop and I interviewed you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So those models, but what's missing is you interview them and they interview you right back. So right back to back, you interview them and they interview you. And it's a neat little concept because you get double the content out of it. So you interview your top potential JV markets, and they in turn cross-interview you back. You both post said interviews on each other's platforms, and then you benefit from the co-branded content against both of your audiences. And so there's a gentleman by the name of Kyle Rogers. So shout out to Kyle. We literally shot our co-interview today, where the first 15 minutes was him interviewing me, and the next 15 minutes was me interviewing him. And funny enough, I used the same architecture that we used when I interviewed you at your coffee shop way back in the day. And yeah, it worked great. He's going to do a hype post, and then he's going to post it, and then I will do the same thing, a hype post, and then I will post it on each of our respective platforms. Granted, I'm not completely banned off of LinkedIn now. And so that's what we'll do. His stronger platform is Facebook. I think his Facebook is stronger than mine, and my LinkedIn is stronger than his. So we're going to do it on both, and it's going to be great because we'll mention each other. And now we have two sets of interviews, two sets of hype posts, multiplied by two different platforms. You get a lot of reach that way. So
brilliant.
That's one of the hacks. So
what if you're super boring?
If you're super boring, then you need somebody who can elicit the interest out of you, right? So if you're super boring, so I'll give you here's a third hack. Have an actor interview you.
Ooh.
So go through acting exercises with the actor or actress, and then have them interview you immediately afterwards while your mind is still pliable from the acting exercises, right? And if you do that, the words come out of your mouth better. everything flows a little better. Everything feels more conversational. And because it's more fluid, it makes for better cuts on the internet, right? So the videos end up better. So that's how I would definitely do it. So have an actor or actress interview you, go through the practices of stuff that they literally do before showing up on TV or movies or whatever. And yeah, you'll get much more better content out of yourself. When
I asked that as a joke, but you actually had an answer.
Oh, well, the hilarious thing is I actually pay an actor to interview me. And I don't like to think that I'm boring, but some of the content that I talk about is financials and reports and the boring stuff, right? So it's like, okay, sleeping already. So they interview me, but before that, they do all these actor mind games with me. So I'm fluid, and then all of a sudden I make the boring stuff interesting, and they're like, "Hey, that's actually really cool." I'm like, "No, it's not. It's boring to tears, but it works, right?"
Yeah.
So there you go. But they're like, "You presented it so well. Good. That's the point. I don't want my videos to suck." So there you go.
All right.
What's
hack number 2?
Hack number 2 was, and again, this is organic. This is, this is old school, right? And sometimes old school is the best school, right? So it doesn't always have to be digital. I know it's coming from a digital marketing guy, but it doesn't always have to be digital. And another thing we've done in the past, and I know I've mentioned this in one of the talks, I can't remember if it was during the main section or what was a previous hack, but co-hosting client appreciation days with more than one company. So if 2 or more companies foot the bill for client appreciation, they save money on location rental because you only need one location. Granted, it's a bigger location, but it's not going to be 200% of the bill. Even if it's 150% of the bill, you've saved 50%, which is some good savings, right? Because your clients, their clients, everybody comes together. It's cool. And it's not like they're going to eat 3 times as much. They're not even going to eat 2 times as much. So the food that you were going to feed them anyways, they're still full, right? So the clients won't eat that much, and then you get to spend the excess on marketing to make it a bigger event to bring more people in, unique entertainment, so different value for the events themselves, so that they're actually memorable and more powerful, and more people talk about it, and it's all super cost effective in just one big happy swing. So that, again, is it organic? Yes. Right? Does it have to be paid? No. You email your own email list. It shouldn't cost you nothing to do that, right? It shouldn't cost you nothing to contact your own customers and drive them to an event. But if 2 or more vendors are doing this together and the customers cross-sell to each other, well, guess what? You just expose yourself to a bunch of other players who go after the exact same customer demographic, and you all just save money on location rental and food.
All for the same number of hot dogs.
All for the same number of hot dogs. There you go.
But
the funny thing is, we do this at like car dealerships, and the most popular thing is hot dog hamburger, right? That's the most popular thing. We've done fancy stuff. We tried to do like, fancy duck or like, foie gras or this or that. And the thing is, depending on who they're going after, right? The truck driver doesn't care about foie gras, right? He's just like, yeah, give me a burger proper, right? And then the kids who come to these events, they can't spell or say foie gras, right? Like I'm butchering it now because I'm terrible at French. But yeah, man, burgers and hot dogs go a long friggin' way. So just doing it right makes for a huge difference. So there you go. So just 2 or more companies that serve the same demographic should just, high five in the back and co-host client appreciation days. And that's about as quote unquote organic free range as you get.
Beautiful. Love it. I guess that's it.
Which wraps us up. And that's pretty much it. We're basically right on time here. So yeah, man.
Made it. If I hadn't padded it out with all that coffee talk, we wouldn't have made it. But here we go. We got there.
There you go. Thank you, Coffee Nazi, for helping us pad out our show today. So
yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Well, thank you, Earl. I guess thanks AI for trying at least this week.
Yeah, you got a
noble effort
today. So
yeah.
No first, second place today. Here's your 16th place ribbon, but please don't send the fire dog to eat me.
And thanks everyone for joining. And let's call it.
Yeah, peace out. Thanks everybody. Cheers. See you in a week.
Adios.
Thanks for listening to Earl and the Idiot. We hope you learned something you can take action on this week. For more information or to contact the show, visit earlandtheidiot.com. And until next time, remember what Shakespeare said. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool.